Friends, imagine this: the bustling streets of Manila in the 1990s, a city that never sleeps, filled with jeepneys, street vendors, and people rushing to work every single day. It was a time of chaos, energy, and life. But behind all that noise and movement, something dark and terrifying was happening. A man was hunting women in the shadows, and for years, no one knew who he was. This is the true story of Rodolfo Rudy dela Cruz, better known as the Manila Ripper, one of the most feared and brutal serial killers in Philippine history. What makes this story even more chilling is that he didn't look like a monster. He looked like an ordinary man you might greet on the street or see at the market. Yet, behind that normal appearance was a man responsible for the brutal deaths of at least 7 women. Rudy Dela Cruz lived what seemed like a completely normal life. He had a job, he had neighbors who knew him, and he blended in perfectly with everyone else. No one ever suspected that this quiet, unassuming man was secretly terrorizing the city at night. During the day, he was just another face in the crowd. But when the sun went down, he became something else entirely. His victims were mostly young women. Some were students, some were workers coming home late, and some were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. Rudy had a pattern. He would follow them, sometimes for blocks, waiting for the perfect moment when they were alone. He would then attack with terrifying speed and violence. He would strangle them with his bare hands or a rope and then stab them repeatedly with a knife. The brutality of his attacks was extreme. There was no mercy, no hesitation. After killing his victims, he would often leave their bodies in public or semi public places, dark alleys, vacant lots, or near busy roads. It was almost as if he wanted the bodies to be found quickly. Each new discovery sent waves of fear through the entire city. Manila, a city known for its energy and resilience, slowly became a place of paranoia and terror. Women stopped walking alone at night. Mothers warned their daughters to come home early. The streets that were once full of life became empty after dark. The media gave him the name Manila Ripper because of the violent way he attacked his victims. Every time a new body was found, the newspapers and television news would report it with horror. The police were under enormous pressure. They worked day and night, interviewing witnesses, collecting evidence, and trying to find any pattern that could lead them to the killer. But Rudy de la Cruz was careful. He didn't leave obvious clues behind, and he continued to live his normal life during the day while committing these horrific crimes at night. For years, the fear grew. Families of the victims were devastated. They demanded answers, but the police had very little to go on. The city lived in a constant state of anxiety. Every woman who walked home alone at night wondered if she would be the next victim. The Manila Ripper had turned an entire city into a place of fear. Then came the moment that changed everything. A young woman managed to survive an attack. She fought back with everything she had and escaped. Her survival was a miracle, and her testimony became the key that finally unlocked the case. She described her attacker in detail: his appearance, his voice, and how he moved. This description matched Rudy de la Cruz. Police immediately began to connect him to several unsolved murders. They searched his home and found crucial evidence: personal items belonging to the victims, blood-stained clothes, and a knife that matched the wounds on the bodies. The pieces of the puzzle finally came together. In 1998, Rodolfo Rudy dela Cruz, was arrested. The entire country was shocked. The quiet man who lived among them was actually one of the most dangerous serial killers the Philippines had ever seen. During the trial, the courtroom was filled with grieving families and concerned citizens. The prosecution presented overwhelming evidence, including the testimony of the survivor, witness statements, and forensic proof. One by one, the families of the victims shared their pain and the suffering they had endured for years. It was an emotional and heartbreaking experience for everyone involved. In the end, Rudy de la Cruz was found guilty of multiple counts of murder. He was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. The families finally received some form of justice, though nothing could ever bring back their loved ones. The city of Manila could finally begin to heal, but the memory of the Manila Ripper would stay with them forever. Even today, the story of Rodolfo Rudy de la Cruz continues to haunt the people of the Philippines. It serves as a powerful and terrifying reminder that evil can hide behind the most ordinary faces. Sometimes, the person you least suspect can be the most dangerous. This case also showed the strength and determination of the Philippine police force. Despite the challenges and the long years of investigation, they never gave up. Their persistence brought justice to the victims and peace to a city that had lived in fear for too long. Friends, this story is more than just a tale of crime. It is a lesson about awareness, trust, and the importance of staying vigilant. We should never judge people solely by their appearance. Always trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Stay alert, especially when walking alone at night, and look out for one another. If you found this deep and chilling true crime story valuable, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more real Philippine true crime stories. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below, but please keep them respectful to the victims and their families. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Stay safe, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next story.